Hello and welcome to a new video from a little day trip. No, not to Tokyo, that would be a little bit too far for a day trip. It is from Düsseldorf, but that is also a little bit like Tokyo because Düsseldorf houses the biggest Japanese community in all Germany. And we just went into the Japanese supermarket and bought a bottle of green tea and onigiri, which is a Japanese rice snack, contains of rice and filled with different things like tuna or chicken. And yeah, this is a very delicious snack to eat while on the go, and it is also not very expensive, so it is my recommendation for you if you look for a little snack. And yeah, of course I will show you what we are experiencing today here in Düsseldorf. And here we are in the middle of the Japanese quarter. We went the street up and we'll go back at the other side. And here you will find two more Japanese supermarkets. They are a little bit smaller and a little bit more crowded and typical. It is very big fun to look inside there for all the special products you will not find in a typical German supermarket. Also, one of these supermarkets has a ramen shop inside where you can eat the typical ramen soups from Japan. We took the subway to the old town of Düsseldorf and just went into the Schuhmacher, which is one of the typical famous Altbier breweries in Düsseldorf, and they have a beer bar and eatery in the old town at Bolker Street, which is the main street of the old town. And if you want to go there, you just take the subway from the main station until the stop Heinrich Heine Allee, and then in the intermediate level you look for the exit Bolker Straße, and when you go up the escalators or stairs, you just go straight on and you are on Bolker Street. And at the end of Bolker Street you will find the big square in front of the old town hall from Düsseldorf, and that is the place where the celebration at the Carnival's Day, especially at the Thursday Altweiber, is going on. And yeah, we want to go to the Schlossturm next, and yeah, inside the old town there are also a lot of pubs and bars in the surrounding streets from Bolker Straße. Especially in the evening you should be a little bit careful. There are a lot of drunken people, and yeah, it can lead into trouble, and you should be a little bit careful that you not have stress with them and maybe end up in hospital at the end. But if you are a little bit careful, and especially if you go in the afternoon, you can have a lot of fun there. Next we want to go to the Schlossturm. The Schlossturm is a tower, and it is a leftover from the former castle of Düsseldorf, the Stadtschloss of Düsseldorf. And the castle burned down in 1872, and only a few walls and the tower remained. And the tower contains a museum today. So the museum is mainly about the ships on the River Rhine during the centuries, but also about some things about the local history over the centuries. So it is very interesting because from the top you have a nice view over the River Rhine, and there is also a nice cafeteria at the top floor where you can have light meals or some cake or coffee or cold drink, and you can sit there and relax a little bit from the crowded city center. So it is very nice to visit. You go up by elevator, and as far as you can walk, you walk down the stairs and look at every floor for the items that are on display in the museum. Or if you cannot walk the stairs, you can also reach most of the floors by the elevator on the way down. So I will also show you some pictures from our visit in the museum. Now we are back on the ground, and we will spend the evening outside of the city center in a district called Flingern, where also our hotel for the night is located. But before we go there, we will have a quick walk to the riverbanks of the River Rhine and the promenade, because if you already there and so near, you just have to go these few meters more and have a look at the River Rhine. On our way back to the subway station, we crossing the old town again, and now from the station Heinrich-Heine-Allee we take the new subway line, which crosses there with the line coming from the central station, and go to the stop Wehrhahn, where our hotel is located, and then we have a quick stop there, and then we will start our evening in the district of Flingern. After we checked in our hotel, we had a quick beer stop at the Birkeneck, a typical German beer bar, and you will find this in Flingern, as well as African restaurant and a posh wine bar, but you also find antique stores, you find cheap snack bars. So it is a very mixed part of the city, very alternative, and I think it is also a very interesting alternative to the typical touristic Düsseldorf, and I recommend everyone to check this part of the city out because it's so interesting. So as I said, you will find a lot of nice typical bars and pubs in Flingern, and it is very cozy there, mostly locals out there, and it is much more relaxed than in the old town where everything is touristic, where everyone is drinking so much and everything. And this is much more the way I like it when I explore a city in the districts where the locals are, where people are who live there and they know the surrounding, they know where they get a beer or a meal for a good price, and this is so nice, and we have a very nice evening here. And now we are looking to go a little bit of a circle there. Then we came to a street called Acker Street, Ackerstraße, and there is an Ethiopian restaurant, and we really want to check this out. And here we are in the Ethiopian restaurant Okra, and yeah, this is located in a former old beer pub, I would say, and yeah, it's very cozy and nicely decorated. And we ordered a mixed plate for 2 persons, so we can taste, yeah, a little bit from everything of the Ethiopian cuisine. And here a view from the outside of the restaurant. We were very satisfied there. The food was very tasty, and as you saw it on the picture, you eat everything with your hands. You take a little bit from the soft bread, and then you take something from the paste, from the meat or from the vegetables with the bread and put it in your mouth. So this is a very different way of eating, but it is very nice, very satisfying, and it was also very cheap. So we paid around 30 euro for both of us, so for 2 person to eat, a drink everyone, and the tip included, and around about 30 euro, and that is a very good price for what we got there. And what I also saw there is it doesn't matter there if you have a reservation or not. Of course, when it's completely full, it's full, but they try to have a seat for everyone, and if they're coming groups and have a reservation, they arrange the tables in a different way, and then there's a corner free, and there come people without a reservation and they get a seat there, and they arrange the tables new, and that is something that's completely different from the German culture. Here in German restaurants, often you come in and the first thing they say, if you have no reservation, everything is full, we are full, and they are not interested to get more guests in, and that is totally different there. They try to serve everyone there, and that is what I like so much. And by the way, just a few streets away at the Gerresheimer Street, there is the restaurant Treasure, a Nigerian restaurant that would also be very interesting for a dinner. Now we only went in for an African beer, and people were very friendly there and very nice, and I would definitely come again to try the food there. And yeah, that's the interesting thing. As you see, in Düsseldorf you can travel around the world without leaving the city. We were in Tokyo, we were in Ethiopian, we were in Nigeria, and we're not, there is nearly everything in the city. You can try food and drinks and everything, and yeah, And here we had the last beer of the evening in the pub called Flingern. Yeah, this small old pub got renamed and under new owners a few months later. I visited sometimes later under the new owners. Yeah, but it is one of the typical old beer pubs called Kneipen here in Germany, and it is very special, very own atmosphere inside these typical bars. And now it's quite late and we are full from the African meal, and we are tired, so we will make our way back to our hotel and have a little bit of sleep until we start in the next day. Good morning from Düsseldorf. Yeah, due to the fact that the breakfast service in the hotel ended very early and we didn't want to get up so early on a Sunday morning, we decided to have breakfast outside of the hotel, and now we're on our way to a cafe called Oma Erika, which translates to Grandma Erika, and yeah, we want to see what they offer there. There are also a few other locations where you potentially can have a breakfast if you don't want to have it in the hotel. And here is the cafe, which I thought would be a little bit more traditional, but only the interior and the building is very old and traditional, but the concept is quite modern. So they don't offer a complete breakfast, they offer every item separately, like bagels or bread rolls and coffees and everything separate. So everything is very fresh and healthy and nice, but it comes quite expensive due to the fact that you have to buy every item separately. And here is the second alternative for breakfast, which we also checked out. That's the Café Hüftgold, and they have nearly the same concept as the Oma Erika cafe, so you also have to buy everything separately, but they are a little bit cheaper than the other cafe, so you can also check this out if you dare. And now we go back to our hotel, pick up our bags and check out there, and then we have to say goodbye for now to Flingern and start to make our way back home. And we are on our final meters back to Düsseldorf Central Station and just had a quick stop at a beer bar called Post, which is located very near to the Central Station at Worringer Platz. And at the weekend it is open 24 hours. So yeah, we stopped there just to kill some time before our trains go. And yeah, now we're going to back home, and I hope you got some informations about Düsseldorf, about the surrounding, about things you maybe want to see if you dare, and some informations you can use when you visit Düsseldorf. If so, and if you like to see more, please leave me a comment below and consider to subscribe to the channel. I say thank you for watching and see you next time.